And what? It's go time. I didn't do nothing. You had one. I said one and you didn't even talk yet. Hey, welcome to Herbertude, where we discuss communal. What did you say? All right. What up, what up, what up, what is happening, good people? Welcome to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Two. Nestled neatly between E4O and Two Star Warner. My name is Herb Howard. So we get together and we talk about issues that currently impact the black community, specifically on Fridays. That sound threesome to y'all? What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
He gonna take it a step further. He gotta take it a step further.
Y'all don't want to start out the closet last week, so I'm cool.
Oh.
I didn't. So you've been at the closet. You took a finger. We've been at the closet. We together now. Crazy. We together now. Absolutely.
Wow.
We together now. It's crazy.
I am not a part of this story.
We are not together. And why am I in the middle?
I'm not even playing in this no more.
It's because you said Nestle.
The joke's going too far. Look at this nigga here. We're confident in our sexuality, right? We can talk honestly.
Yeah, this is a safe space.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
You can speak your truth.
Speak freely.
I do. Y'all did. But last time y'all made me talk about stopping somebody with my foot.
Wait, okay. No, see,
Wow.
we get to start over.
No, it's fine.
Okay, just carry the show.
What do they call that? That's like what? S&M?
Stump fetish.
Stump fetish. Foot fetish. Look at that. Your friend on that live. She know your truth.
I don't think she know this story.
Oh,
I think
You know the other stump story.
Right.
Yeah. No other stories. That's the first and the last. Look at
Anyway, this is where we talk about relationships, clearly of all kinds. We try to do it from a perspective of healing our community. Sometimes we just be healing our own loins, but either way, we talk about relationships, be it communal, be it romantic, be it parental, be it business, whatever it is, we try to get our community straight on a solid foundation of good relationships. So we set aside time on Fridays to talk about the relationships in hopes of then building off of that for economics, education, agriculture, politics, all these different types of things. So again, welcome. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you have subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the broadcast with at least one person. Again, this is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery. Even though sometimes on Fridays the intellect is minimal. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. Two. What's happening, good brother?
I'm blessed and highly favored
Yeah.
today. It's hot as hell in here, though.
It is. It is. I keep delaying the AC thing. I never crosses my mind until I'm in here and hot. And then I fucking forget. But you're right. It is warm in here. E, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Good.
You straight?
Yeah.
You look nervous. She's straight.
Nervous ain't the word. I'm good.
You upset?
No.
I'm upset. What's wrong with you? What's going on?
I'm excited.
Back for yet another appearance. You act like you don't like us, but you keep strolling your happy ass back up in here.
like bro man from the 5th floor. Like, you find on my way.
You made it to the real show.
Rock is here. What's going on?
I was happy to be here. I feel amazing.
Feel amazing.
I love that for you.
ReRock Chicago.
Do you have any lip gloss left, or is it all right now?
on the mouse.
Oh,
Whoa.
Me
Whole
run
thing.
out of lip gloss.
Crazy. Here you go. Taking it at the step.
Yeah, that was a good ad-lib. That's
Me.
a giant. Oh,
I'm just talking about this twisting.
No, I would never run out of lip gloss.
Okay. Well, what we talking about, E? Because I don't remember.
That's why I'm looking like that, because
Lenny
everybody
Kravitz.
has drinks in their hands and things.
I got
Y'all
coffee.
are saying a lot of wild stuff, and I'm just like, okay.
I haven't even started drinking.
I got
Yeah.
coffee, and I don't participate in the wild stuff in the first
I'm
place.
just
so.
soaking my cherries. Got some vodka soaked cherries going on. That's all.
All right, so yeah, Lenny Kravitz was a part of it. I wanted to talk about a few things, some spooky things, and then some connection
Spooky?
type of shit.
You said spooky?
Let's talk about Lenny Kravitz first, because I know in the last show you brought it up on the Monday show, and then y'all didn't talk about it.
Right. Lenny Kravitz declared he's been celibate for 9 years.
That's a long time.
That is a grip. Especially for someone whom a lot of people deem to be a sex symbol.
Yeah. And funny enough, we discussed that on Patreon.
Get one off
Yeah.
quick.
I can relate.
You don't remember?
You can relate to
What?
what?
Lenny Kravitz being a sex symbol?
Yeah, and celibate.
Celibacy
For a long
in
time.
general.
Oh yeah, no, we did talk about celibacy.
God,
Remember that.
stop with this bullshit. What's your answer?
Can we not be having two different conversations? What are y'all talking about?
I missed what y'all was talking about.
And-
Clearly.
She was over
He
here
asked me a question.
busting the Lenny Kravitz and then said she's been celibate for a long time.
No, I said there have been times when no one believed me because I'm such a sex symbol that there are long periods of time.
How do
I'm
we
celibate.
qualify being a sex symbol?
First of all, you ain't old enough to have been celibate that many times, okay? Like,
Not true.
no, true, motherfucker. Like, people just be throwing words around. I'm celibate. You just ain't born in a few weeks. Knock it off.
No, celibate to me is longer than a year.
Okay, I like that.
Time period on celibacy?
To me.
I think that's a good
You
A year?
measurement. Yeah, I think that's
My
a
ladies
good-
agree? A year. The
Yeah,
women
I
committee
think
has
a year is a good measurement.
yeah.
A year alone.
Yeah, see, I still disagree. I think celibacy is more about your why than the length of
It
time.
doesn't have to be religious.
You know how many niggas ain't had no pussy in a year? Them niggas
They
are
in
not
jail.
celibate. No,
They
they
in
not in
jail.
jail. They are out in the free world. They are out in the free world interacting with women every day.
No,
Not
nah,
boning.
They hit some.
Wait a minute.
I don't
Let's.
believe that.
Well, there's a bunch of conversations
I
just
know
happening
that's-
all at one time, right? There's
Yeah.
one, Lenny Kravitz being celibate, right? I went too far when I asked what qualifies as a sex symbol. We'll get to that though. And there was a conversation of whether or not we believe him. Was that the conversation, or was there a conversation around is there value to that?
Yeah, a little bit of both of those, and I think you merging the Patreon conversation we had with this one. But I like what Herb was saying too, because he said celibacy is not necessarily a time limit; it's your why.
Yeah.
Which, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm with you. I think it's your why. So like, if you like, yo, I need to step away from sex and stop being ruled by my desires until I get some clarity on this, or I get some productivity on that, and then that's cool, right? Or I just need to step away from it because I feel like I've been overwhelming. Then that's cool, and that don't necessarily put a time frame on it. You know what I'm saying? That could be a couple months. It could be 10 years. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More so than just saying I ain't had none in this long, so that means I'm celibate.
Okay, I like that better than the year or longer definition. But did Lenny Kravitz say why he was celibate for 9 years?
Said he hadn't found a woman that he was interested in having sex with. Like, you know, it's one of them, she doesn't complete me, I'm looking for the love of my life kind of conversation. I don't rock with that.
So do you guys consider his definition? Do you
Value.
consider that definition as to celibate?
That's You got a why. Whatever your why is,
Because
your
it's
why.
why. Because to me, I think we're mixing up.
Unless your
celibate-
why is I can't get
I
nothing.
think we're mixing up the word celibate with abstaining. I feel like when someone says they are abstaining, then it's like there's a reason why. But celibate, you can be celibate by accident, not by just deep, but just not even being interested.
So they
So I
call
think
them
that-
incels. That's the involuntarily celibate. Like,
That was just one
To the point of her-
That was just one
It's the
component.
same thing.
to her
Celibacy is-
point though, right? He was like, Lenny Kravitz is a sex symbol. Obviously, like, you bust when she said Lenny Kravitz's name, so Lenny could get some action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I belong to you.
Lenny could go outside and beat
So
everything.
he's,
Like,
and he's voluntarily celibate because obviously his panties being thrown at home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a choice. That's very different than saying, hey, I'm out here on the market, but I can't get no action.
Yeah.
One, he got
like Ron is inactive. He's not celibate. You know what I mean? He's just inactive.
Celibacy is abstaining from sex. That's the definition.
Right. Like
Oh.
I'm making a conscious decision.
Yeah.
I'm choosing not to have sex. Ron ain't choosing this.
Y'all think it's a value
it's
to
choosing him.
y'all think it's a value to abstaining?
I do.
Some people do.
I do.
And I respect the reasons why.
What could be some values to abstaining to sex?
Don't play
Okay.
the game. We don't say no
Don't
names.
work no more. Everybody agree.
No, I was about to say his name, but like, not
His
gonna.
name. We do names here.
Okay, I love you, D.
D.
D, he's a barber.
Okay.
It's his occupation too. Give him an address.
Get a barber at what shop?
Let's keep going.
Let's get him a plug.
Put a phone.
There's an answer next to hers.
D.
call it
As for
headquarters.
Derek Johnson.
He finna get something this time.
So D is a barber. He worked for the post office too, like overnight.
Damn.
Yeah, he gets
Man, shit out there. D.
That's probably too much.
He is not gonna be able to deny this. God damn.
That's enough.
He is not gonna be able to deny this.
D give me. He know, like, I actually, he's aware that I share his story.
Cool beans.
So, he's like a sex symbol. D is a handsome dude, a father man, like a single dad. And so
Father
he
man.
has
Oh man.
been constantly in love with, like, married women.
Okay.
And he said they break his heart.
Mm.
And
Do they
we
break his
was
heart?
sitting in the barbershop. I'm like, D, exactly.
Folks broke his own heart.
How you with married women? And they just walk away. So he was saying, what about him is attracting or putting him in this situation? So I just saw him like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, D, you still ain't here now? It's like, nah, it's going on like 2 years. So then I called my big booty friend up to the barbershop. I said, give him a hug, because he ain't here none in a long
Was she
time.
married?
Did she have on a wedding
She
ring?
wasn't married.
He can't get up
She was
if he ain't
single.
no wedding ring.
Brother married.
Pinched his nipple and gave him a hug. And he was just looking at me like, well, I'm like, okay,
That is crazy.
I just want to show you a little love. It's like he needed a little love.
So I think it's.
But I think that's a good reason. To the point,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
value.
Yeah,
There's value.
Shit.
That is
Oh,
wild.
God.
That is wild.
All right, D.
Wait, go ahead. What was you saying?
Send a prayer up. Send a prayer for D.
Send
a prayer
Yeah,
for
I
D.
think it's value in celibacy. I've been celibate before, and it didn't start off. I didn't have a why at first.
Okay.
It was just because out of
You don't have a partner.
right, and then
She couldn't get no action.
As you start to get clarity.
I wanted action from a certain person. I was delusional. You know, it was a delusional moment in my life.
If I can't fuck Chris Brown,
Really?
I'm not fucking nobody.
But it evolved into like me deciding not to have sex for a long time. It was 2 years was the longest time that I had been celibate. And I think it's value in it, especially if you're like in the dating world. Like dating is, if you're actively like intentionally dating, wanting to meet somebody, that shit is draining. So I think that would probably be give or take, but if you're trying to separate from, I don't know, spreading your body out, giving your body to
Sure.
everybody or multiple people over, a period of time, I think there's some value to it. And then just kind of like coming to terms with why you attracting the type of people that you attract maybe, and trying to like figure yourself out without sex. Because sex does cloud your judgment sometimes.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
I have no experience with celibacy. Like, I'm gonna just keep
Let's just keep that
keep
clear.
it a G. But I do like the conversation. I do think that there could be some value in it, right?
And edging.
Now, edging is a different
I
thing.
know this one, I'm just saying.
I'm not going to punch this straight, obviously.
So I lost my virginity when I was 13, and I don't think. Let me try to be for real. I'm gonna say a week, but I don't think there's been a month since I was 13. You know what I mean? Where it didn't jump off.
Wow.
I don't think that's wild. And I only say a month because, like, when I was 13, I wasn't like super beaten. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it was a week. It was probably like a month after that. But then after, I don't know, about 15, 16, it probably never been a month. Like,
I think probably need a break.
a break from what?
I think, so there's a bunch of conversations that's happening all at one time, right? I know that you had a video you wanted us to look to and respond to.
Yeah.
And I think there's like science, and then there's like societal pressures and cultures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Men produce 1,000 sperm cells per minute. That's real math, right? So in that vein, like all of this shit, I saw another data report today. I think I sent it to y'all, and it wasn't about sex at all, but it was just about testosterone in little boys, right? And how because of the social way we kind of educate them and rear them, we're creating flawed kind of men. You know what I mean? Because they ain't outside playing, they ain't doing rough shit, they ain't fighting. There's all these kind of downers on the male lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's this kind of changing kind of philosophy, when it's a necessity for us to move certain kind of ways, right? If you producing again, y'all get horny. Everybody gets horny,
Yeah.
right? There's a physical feeling to being horny.
Yeah.
But y'all only produce 400 eggs in your life. We produce 1,000 a minute. Same concept.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So if you think about that weight on your motherfucking ass,
No, we store like thousands of eggs.
store but produce is different, right?
Just want to put some numbers.
Produce 4
Nature.
versus 4 million is something very different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of physical angst attached to that,
We got to get this out.
right? So even when we laughing and joking and shit, but we talked about the involuntarily celibate. There's a culture of men that they have created that term for because these motherfuckers is bombing shit.
It's
They're
why,
tearing shit up because it's this pent up aggression. You know what I mean?
it's why you hear about like boys, like adolescent, teenage boys having like wet dreams because they've started to create these sperm cells, but they haven't started to release them yet. So now they in their dream and these things are happening in their dream and it's like, nigga, I'm coming out because your ass clearly ain't ready, but I am fucking ready. And then the nigga wake up like, I don't even know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I don't think 9. I think 9 years is pushing it, right? Of celibacy
Oh.
is pushing it for
All right,
sure.
say 9 years old.
And I knew someone who was celibate for 10 years, a woman. But I do think at some point,
Ain't find a single purpose for that. I'm sorry.
I do think at some point in each of our lives, because I do think we're all damaged, you know what I mean, to some degree, and I feel like we're all kind of like a cancer spreading our shit or
To other people.
to other people.
What about
I
antivirus?
do think it would be
Some of us heal.
not many of us.
Make us feel bad as humans. So I can go journey.
Should. No, just okay. But I do think
Organisms.
it would be beneficial for, even when we say like people should be alone at some point in time, you know what I mean?
I agree.
People that can't go a minute without, having another,
Attachment.
person in their life, like at all. And you could, especially the ones that you could tell, like you just fucked up, you just are clinging, like trying to fill a void. So I do think it would be beneficial at some point, whether it be 2 weeks or 2 days or 2 months, 2 years, whatever the case may be, to just like sit with yourself and like really try to understand, be grounded like with who you are.
Similar to
Question.
fasting.
Question though,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just from the overall conversation of Herb and Two's conversation,
Yeah.
we discussed the reality of kind of being reared in a sick system,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And essentially, to reach the beacon of health in said system, you really just the ultimate level of sick. So whether it be through sex or anything else, if you stop doing it and just align yourself with the construct of health is, do you ultimately get healthy, right? Because if that's the reasoning behind the celibacy. So I argue this all the time, and I've been arguing this for years, is that to your point of view, like we all damaged and we spread like cancer. Well, I believe that the healing is through sex. I think the healing is through relationship. I think the healing is through those mirrors, right? Which is why I think we look at sex wrong. I think we look at relations wrong, right? So when you abstain, right, to the point of Lenny Kravitz, right? I was just thinking about this when we was talking. Lenny Kravitz older than me, so he got to be 50 something.
Lenny Kravitz probably 60.
Damn near 60,
Yeah.
right? So when I say that the male body is producing 1,000 sperm cells per minute, well, at 60, nigga, you down to probably 150. I'm dead ass though. You down to 150, right? Sex is an
a couple
accomplishment for your
worms.
60-year-old ass. Plus, you a rock star, so you probably did some coke.
I ain't want to say that. I
You know
ain't
what I'm saying?
want to
Your
say
shit
that.
probably ain't
That's the first thing I would.
it probably ain't as popping as it was at 25 to 35 to 40, whatever the age brackets are.
Real rock
Yeah,
star.
so much,
Right?
like-
So now that you've had all of these experiences as Lenny motherfucking Kravitz,
Lenny
Right.
Kravitz.
you've had every flavor of pussy offered.
All 31 flavors.
You understand what I'm saying? And now it's like, pussy don't move me.
Yeah.
Now I have to find an emotional attachment to a woman, and it's very difficult to do so because I've tasted all 62 flavors of this shit, and I ain't never liked it. Or I ain't even gonna say I ain't never liked it. I don't even know.
But I don't like it now.
Take it back.
That goes to
I'm
that
looking
video.
for something
Take
greater
that
than
shot back.
No.
right? I'm looking for something greater than pussy. But I'm also still Lenny Kravitz, and this is the society I've inherited. And when people come to me, best believe pussy on the plate.
All the time.
They trying to show you their best pussy forward. Nah, let's keep it a bean. When we said Lenny Kravitz name,
It's similarly like a rock and roll prince.
what happened to
All
Sade?
women, like
Right?
all of us.
But the connection that he's looking for, he probably can't get because he's achieved the heights of society. He's got the ultimate level of health in a sick society. I got the money. I'm handsome. I'm famous. All you motherfuckers want me.
Yeah.
He done been with the likes of the Halle Berrys and whoever's.
I didn't hit all the top tiers.
I agree with that, and that kind of speaks to what even though I don't agree with the video and what that girl said, which is basically that if women have sex with more than 10 men, then they all end up like connecting and something. So if you only have sex with one person, then kind of like we were kind of saying that I think a couple weeks ago anyway. But also when you talked about the sex and the relationship is the healing, I agree with that too if it was done the right way. But I don't think many people are like doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think people do relationships the right way.
Yeah.
Just in general, I think people do relationships on a very superficial, surface level.
Social norm type word dictated. That's
It's very transactional. It's not
very
it's not spiritual at all.
Yeah.
It is not intentional in this kind of way that allows people to just be. I want you to do, and if you aren't doing, then we
This
can't
don't
be.
work.
And
versus
not,
do.
I'm not asking you to do shit. Just fucking be. And I think that's a conversation that we don't have enough. Like, even in my own relationships, it's like we just be chilling. We're not doing shit. We're just chilling. And my partner like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm perfectly fine. Are you the fuck okay? Like, because people need you to be doing something. And I don't need to do, just be. Just be. And I'm fine with that. And I think we don't have those types of conversations enough. And,
no contentment. We're thrill seeking and living off of somebody else's judgment. People are letting relationship and social media dictate how they date. Like with women saying, oh, I don't go to Applebee's, I don't go to Chili. Me and my best friend, we was just talking about that. And I was like, women that are speaking like that probably got off the porch on the dating scene late, because like back in the day, women are used to dating, and when we really had fine dining, when it was a trend in the city, pretty much like over. It's nowhere we haven't ate. So Chili's and Applebee's sound fun to us, like it's something lighthearted to do. But once again, women that were late bloomers, are coming up with these demands because the only thing they have to go off of is social media as like an outline to how you will engage with men, which is turned into a very transactional.
Almost like you ain't never had nothing.
Right.
It's
like you just get out here and you want to say, oh, take me here. We like that kind of wave of things is over. We could go.
So I'm gonna push it a little further.
I saw Escalade on Spinners 2 days ago.
Salute to him, man. Taking it
What's
back.
out of town?
On Spinners. I was on 18th and Canal. I was coming to the studio, and I was at the light, and it was an Escalade pulled up on the perpendicular light. And it was like, I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was tweaking.
But to the point of the statement you just made, is like you ain't never had nothing, right? So think about that, right?
Or late bloomer. You get off to a late.
I don't agree with none of that.
Let's go.
Right, but I'm saying it's the social dynamic. I don't think it's because you're a late bloomer. I think what we see is the hyper behaviors in places where you ain't never had nothing. Mm-hmm. But the very essence and nature of American culture has always been transactional. I sent y'all a fucking thing the other day where they were saying the bounty for a mixed slave girl was
$2,000 today.
$200,000 house was, and this is a slave girl, right? Mm-hmm. So even a slave girl who we know has minimal to no value, they found a way to increase the value in a transactional society. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? my argument is, in our communities though, because we are at the bottom of the social totem pole, and we are the most affected by media, we are the most influenced, right? And we have the least, the behavior becomes hyper, because you ain't accustomed to shit, right? So you're not, if the goal is in relating is a spiritual thing, for me, I don't see any other reason to relate. It's all spiritual, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't deal in the spirit at all. So if it's a transactional society, we're being influenced by the transactional nature of the society, everything becomes very, very hyper aggressive. So, nigga, I got a bunch of pairs of shoes, right? I like shoes,
Yeah.
but this is something I picked up very early in life, right? Because when I had these same fucking sneakers when I was 10 years old, and I had the white and the black, and I could wear one white one and one black one, and everybody ain't had that. I was getting 7th grade action. Two, killing them, right? Or I had the Jabot 360s, or I had the Cutlass on Billups. It just grows. The access just grows. I ride my bike the other day. I ride my bike down the lake, but on the dock part, because it just don't have as many fucking turns, and I'm lazy now, right? My partner got a boat out there, but he just walking the dock. See my partner, we chopping it up. 2 women walked past. I guess they seen him on his boat. I was amazed at how that conversation played. And it was only because this nigga got a boat.
My friend just said that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very interesting to watch them sell themselves for a ride on the boat.
I swear, I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day. He was like, it's amazing what women would do for like a boat. I was like, it's interesting to some people. Then my friend today was talking about that. But I do think it's
Also amazing what men would do for box, because niggas wouldn't have boats.
period.
My head.
The nigga got the boat for the box.
I agree.
But at the same time, it's still a negotiation. It's not spiritual.
But I was gonna say, to your point of
It still takes 2 for the
spirituality.
transaction. Men love to hunt. So whatever they need to do, I have to
But
shine.
we're missing the point.
Wait, let me say something. Because to the spiritual point, though, if everybody could get on the same page, right? Because the question, or me, I'm always trying to figure out, like, okay, what to do about it, right? Like, what do we do about it, right? But I think if to like a Lenny Kravitz or another person who's celibate, if you're intentional, if that's your whole, purpose of being celibate, if you took away the sex and because if you take away the sex, then you're not trying to like, work or negotiate towards something, right?
Sure.
Then you probably would be able to connect more on a spiritual level. You would be able to just be and really like connect with somebody on that level.
I'm gonna challenge you though, E.
Transactional.
You said,
If sex is off the table,
hold up. You said if we could get on
one accord.
one accord at the same level. I'd argue we are. We already are.
Yeah.
We already are.
But it
So
ain't
just because you operating at a low frequency, you just meet another motherfucker that's operating at a very low frequency. And what you get out of that is the community that reflects what we are in.
Yeah.
A community
That was
of
profound.
depressed, angry, mad
That was
motherfuckers.
very
Yeah.
profound.
You still
might
having a
have
spiritual experience,
Yeah.
whether you know it or not. It's just a miserable one.
Yeah.
So you got the boat, bitch,
Yeah.
and 25 years of anger for a ride on the boat. You got it.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah.
It's still a spiritual experience. The universe don't
Tell her what she wants.
The universe ain't sparing your stupid ass because you don't know how to read.
Yeah.
The rules are the rules, right? Ignorance of the law does not excuse you of the law.
Yeah.
You just ignorant. You still gonna suffer the consequences. What I'm saying is that we just all operating at this very base level idea. Even the motherfuckers who are at the high level of the social standard still operate at a very base level in context to relating in the universe. So you miserable too. You got all the cars, you get the right address, you take the right vacations, but you go home miserable every motherfucking night.
Yeah.
Then there's motherfuckers who live in shelters under the motherfucking police department and happy as shit. It's all, you get what you are, but until you relate with a motherfucker, you don't even know that.
I would love to meet a man that was celibate
Why?
and wanted
You wanna meet
He's
I
gay.
would. No.
I mean, D,
No. I mean, no. Because I don't want to meet nobody right now.
I ain't saying he gay. Let me stop saying that.
Yeah.
Salute to the gays.
there's one that's close. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good catch.
What makes D a good catch?
He can
He's setting you up. He's
First.
setting you up.
first.
Don't do it.
You're an
Don't do
asshole.
it, Rock.
First, he's a single dad. He got like 9 daughters, and they all live with him.
All right.
Huh?
Come on, son. That's why the fuck he's selling back into the wall. This nigga ain't selling it. Give him he ran out. He ain't fucking celibate.
Girl.
See,
Girl.
I beg to act like two and be the devil's advocate. Well, if a man has 9
girl.
daughters,
Oh, talk about this man celibate. He got 9 children.
he was married 9 times.
Man, all right.
Hey man,
Next
hey man, knock this shit. And she just tried to hook you up with the nigga too. That lets you know what she think about you.
Well,
Okay?
it's okay, 'cause y'all know me.
Marriage, you do not try to gaslight my statement.
How am I
She
gaslighting
said,
your
I would
statement?
love to meet a man that's celibate. I was like, you can
Finish
be.
your
I didn't finish
I
my
want to know
sentence.
more about D.
Nah, y'all just.
Yeah, I want to know more too. Like this nigga, yeah.
That's what makes him a good catch. He
Sorry,
worked.
D.
He
He
worked.
cut had a date. Bar.
And he
He
do
ride a motorcycle.
and he do mail in the night.
These are the
He
things
worked.
that make him a
He
good.
ride a motorcycle. He can take
He
care of
raised
nine
all-
kids.
He lives.
So
He lives as an
imagine
adult.
meeting a man with no kids,
He lives as
right?
an adult.
Imagine meeting a man with no kids. You don't have nothing to go off of, right? And you guys get married and have a child together, and he just go like AWOL. You had nothing to go off of. This
I
man
love
nine
Rock Dead here.
times has took every last one of his daughters.
Rock, shut
I don't
up.
know.
She was chatting. She
I don't
was
know.
chatting.
I don't know if he could be a good father unless he's already been a good father.
Yeah, I mean, for
Nah,
sure.
he was a
Like
terrible.
in terms of gambling, how are you gonna base those odds? Like, yeah.
Right.
Rock just proved everything I said.
For
Hey,
yourself.
Rock, that's the second wildest shit I ever heard. And I don't even know the first wildest shit. I'm just leaving space for something
Well, I
else.
think it's good. You guys are too judgmental.
I'm judgy.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging you
not judging.
or him. I'm saying that's wild. And I'm
In
saying
the church.
he ain't-
That was a safe space. I'm
he's-
sorry, D.
he ain't celibate because D's celibate because he has 9 children. He
No,
can't
D
risk
could
it.
hit whatever he want. He was taking stuff down. He's taking other men's wives. He just want his own.
He can't risk it. That's why he was taking other men's
That's why
wives.
he's married
Because
9
he
times.
can't risk it
Wow.
for himself no more.
But look what he's doing. He's atoning. Y'all ever looked
He
at it
needs
that
to be
way?
celibate. He does. That's
He's atoning.
trying to come to.
He needs. That's very churchy.
I don't think that's nothing to atone for. You said he had 9 children. He takes care of 9 children. I didn't say he's done
No, I'm
nothing
saying
wrong.
atone with Mr. Steal Your Girl, but now he want his own girl. So he stopped. He withdrew.
He Lenny
He's
Kravitz.
doing the work. He's inward. He's Lenny Kravitz.
Did he call them dudes as a
He's
man?
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
Did he call them brothers as a man?
Even to the
No, one came to the door. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, let me.
Even,
All right.
Even to the
That was it. That
atonement,
was it.
Right,
That was
Mr.
too much.
Steal Your Girl. Again, like I said, we all having a spiritual experience, right? Some people might see that as an accomplishment. That shit ain't nothing. We just talked about the goddamn Ashley Madison website,
Yeah.
right? If we did the real data, right? If we had real data on women behavior,
Come on, talk about it.
right? Because and I'm saying on women behaviors in general because I'm a fucking man, right? But there's these stereotypes of who men are that don't really exist within women, and men know women,
Talk about it.
right? We know
Unpack.
y'all ain't shit, just like
Unpack.
we ain't shit.
Oh,
Because y'all participate in the same bullshit we participate in,
Speak
right? But the stereotypes don't fucking exist for y'all. Like all men is dogs and all men cheat. Nigga, who was cheating with? Right? But y'all get to move away from the stereotype. That's just a social norm. But we know y'all ain't shit. So all I'm saying is this. Well,
Women-
if
the
you-
misogyny.
if you're
How do you
paying
switch that?
attention, if you're
How do
paying-
you inflict that?
if you're paying attention, you know women move just like men. The
Can.
behaviors ain't very fucking
We
different.
can. They don't
Y'all
necessarily
can
mean
my
we
dick.
do.
Y'all do.
No.
Y'all
Y'all,
do.
y'all have since when you was 13?
Y'all do.
Been the same behavior.
At a very high level.
At a very high. Matter of fact, y'all are
We-
worse. Y'all are insatiable. So there is no barriers on how y'all move.
The slender.
If you like a nigga, like you said, the sex symbol
Welcome
shit,
to the
right?
show.
I'm laughing and I'm joking and shit.
That's
but
not slander. It's a fact.
it ain't slander.
it's
right?
not.
Slander has to be false.
I was-
Libel
I was
has
the
to be
nigga
false.
with the white and black mics at 12. I've been that nigga for
So
42
y'all,
years
you
at this
guys
point.
are
I'm
trying to say
13.
that all women are dogs.
I'm 38 years old. What I say, 13? I've been fucking for a quarter century. How many other niggas, women do you think I fucked?
Right, that's a great
How
question.
old were the girls is what I would want to know.
At some range between 13 and now, nigga.
No, were you messing with older women or girls your age that young?
I've always liked older women, but what? I'm confused.
Okay, no, keep going.
But even that, right? Even that response, what I'm saying is there's this idea of purity attached to women in general. You're not pure. Because y'all are participating in the same dirty shit we participate in. We have partners in those parties, per se. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're a man and you're paying attention to that, you learn very early that, man, get the fuck out of here. And especially, well, let me change this.
So if that's
Right? Because
yeah.
we had the conversation about the incels. The basic data says this, right? 6 out of, was it 6 or 8? I don't remember. 8
So
or
if
8 out of 10.
6 rings the bell.
8 or 6 out of 10 women have children, right? Only 2 out of 10 men have children in that same age bracket. What's the math for that say? It says that them 2 niggas is fucking most of the bros. right? So them other 8 dudes might be able to be stuck in the illusion of the purity of women because they don't have the experiences. But them 2 know very well that y'all ain't shit.
Yeah,
Right?
We've been in the same
them
room.
2 know very well that y'all ain't shit. Y'all move just
That's
like
not
we
true.
move. Bullshit.
We've been
I've
in
been a
those
part of
rooms.
2 all
There's
my life.
purity.
I'm sure there are exceptions
Don't
to every rule.
The
There are
blanket of
exceptions to
women that
every-
you guys have been
No.
exposed to and placed
Gee,
for all of us.
See, this the thing. This the problem. And we was talking about this on my radio show the other day because Sadiq was like, "Listen, stop talking to me about the outliers or the exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been eating this all my life and I'm 100."
No, let's
We're not
do-
talking about the exceptions. We talking about the 85% of people who mostly die from this shit is what he was saying on the radio. So I'm saying the same thing in this conversation, right? Don't talk to me about the exception of I know this purified Lake Minnetonka. Okay, cool. I know 80% other people that's out here wilding like a motherfucker. I'm talking about the rule. You talking about the exception. I'm not saying the exception doesn't exist, but I'm talking about what's standard, what's normal, what's happening out here. And you know, well as I know, that it be women out here moving just as foul as niggas.
By
be
what
moving.
ratio? We're below the ratio. There are more men. Let's give you guys
It's crazy as
70%.
It can't be.
So in terms of outlier,
Let me ask
we're
y'all a
the only 30%
Let me ask y'all.
that
a
is
question.
out here moving
'Cause
reckless.
we have this conversation all the time, and I'm gonna take it away from
30%,
relationships.
3 out of 10.
Only 3 out of 10 women you know ever cheated on the person they was with.
Yeah, that's where I got that data from.
So listen.
I don't know
I'm
any women.
what I'm gonna say is this. Like
You don't
we-
think women cheat?
I ain't say that. I know more faithful women.
First of all, let me again, right? Time out with no mic over there. Right? Stay over there. I know you like it over here. My point is about how imaging and messaging works, right? We talk often about white supremacy and its effects, but if we look at the black community, I've made the statement that there's very few black people, it's just a bunch of dark-skinned white people, because that same imaging and messaging affects us too. It's the same thing for gender, right? The purity of women, y'all believe because y'all getting hit with the same messages. Right? You was like, I don't know, I ain't never seen a woman that's been faithful, I ain't never seen a woman this whatever the fucking statement is. My point is, you ain't in that motherfucker's bedroom.
No, the statement was clear.
It surely was clear, and it's the same statement that the media gives you. You ain't in that motherfucker's bedroom. What I said, and I was distinctive in my statement, the man who's in that 2% is experiencing the 80% of women. He's in that bedroom. He knows it's bullshit. I don't care what you're presenting outside. And
He
we
is the culprit. He is the one nailing. He's
only
unpurifying the
Nailing
women.
who?
No.
He's unpurifying. He's unpurifying. That 2% is tainting.
We're talking about the 2% that's in multiple bedrooms. He's in multiple bedrooms because he has to spread himself thin across these many
Y'all
women that
missing my
exist.
point though.
Many men.
Yeah.
He's in the two.
Man,
It's 10 men. Let's do this slow for y'all, okay? Because y'all, man, folks, y'all up.
We're not
No. You like to use statistics which could be manipulated.
It's 9
half full,
pieces,
half empty.
okay?
You know anything about
Let's-
statistics?
Okay? These are all ladies, okay?
And let us know what point you're proving.
Stop it right now. Just
Let's
listen.
go to
I
point
will if you
improvement.
stop talking. You can't learn when you talk. Yeah, listen.
Go ahead.
Right? These are 9 ladies. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 9 for the slow people. Okay?
360.
Now, we're gonna take the blue one out. The blue, because stereotypically blue stands for boy. Okay? Now, can we get this out of here? This
Use
how
the
we-
thumb port.
I couldn't figure it out.
The boy don't work.
Who's really
So
smart?
listen. Now we're gonna just assume a piece is here. Okay? Still got the 9 ladies and 1 boy. He's gonna represent the 2%. The 9 we're gonna pretend is the 10. Okay? He's running through y'all. This whole court over here, he's there.
Unpurifying.
Listen, please.
Go ahead. He's running through the one
He's
guy.
running through,
Mhm.
right?
2%.
Now let's say this is the exception. Y'all stand on your purity, right? Here's the other boy,
Third.
right? He don't get to run through. The message says all of y'all are pure because he doesn't have the experience. He can follow the message. He can believe it. Yeah, they're pure. But he who's been through here knows the truth. What I'm saying is you, all 9 of y'all, believe that y'all this. Because that's the message. But you're not.
I think I might be following you.
I'm
You're not
following.
that.
I follow him, but you don't take into account the reason why or the fact that the 2% or the 20% is running through.
I think that's
right?
where we
That
get
doesn't
to a
take
point,
away
which
from
is
them being
where-
purity. That doesn't take away
The
from the
extra
purity of
emotion.
women. Even though I
How
agree,
does it
I
not?
don't. Even
They
though,
bone
even
in them.
though, even though I don't agree that all women are just pure
Wait,
and all
what?
and stuff
So-
like that. But because he's running through all
See
these
how deeply
women,
ingrained these biases are?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. You can't even hear yourselves.
We're having more than
y'all
one
don't take
conversation.
it
I
to-
just
you don't
finally
take
got
it
to
to
your
account.
point from your visual.
Go ahead.
I finally got to your point. So
And she gets.
That
she
includes
agrees.
math. You sure?
you saying that this is, since he is the only one that has
Watch it.
been through here, right?
Listen.
He's the only tour guide.
Right.
And he is Moses. And he come back
We
from
ain't
the
gotta give him a
mountain.
name.
He comes back from the mountain.
D.
He is
Okay, this is D.
And the 9 baby mamas.
This is D.
They all there.
Where's the lighter? And the lighter
Keisha,
is,
Monique, Renee.
get a man fresh off the porch. This man has to stand up to all of these women who claims to be pure, but you got D over here like,
D
you need to
done
listen,
fucked all
you
of
need to
them.
listen to me, boy. There.
She going. He like, no, they not.
He's, I don't like them back here. That's what you need to like, cuz.
But I'm gonna tell
That's
you
what you
but I'ma
looking
tell
for,
I'ma
but you
tell
ain't gonna
the
like
truth.
that.
I'm gonna tell
You
you
ain't
the
gonna
truth
like
about D. D ain't even talking to him.
No.
That's true. He don't need talk.
D ain't talking to him.
I can tell
He
you
don't need
this.
talk at all.
I can tell you this. High school, college, right? I'll just think with high school. I had a good run through my high school. Shit worked well for me. I'm not a
You've been going since you was 13. Things always work well.
yeah, whatever. But I'm not a kiss and tell nigga. So I'm not telling the whole school. I hit shorty. Nobody knows this.
You knew that young. You never went through that stage like most guys do.
Check that out though, Herb. Even the statement that you're making speaks to the goddamn socialization, right? Because if you talk too much, these motherfuckers won't allow you to play. Because they want to stay in the idea of these
This is
motherfuckers. Every
Well,
nigga
no.
who's D
I get your
knows this.
But that does not
You
correlate.
just
to
be
the
quiet and
opposite
knock
of
down
what
half
I was
this fucking
saying, though.
school.
That doesn't go against nothing I was saying.
But no.
It
Listen.
goes with everything I'm
I didn't
saying.
finish though. I also, because of also who I am at this school, I also get to hear all of the conversations about all of them. I know what every nigga thinks about them in this school. I know what every other girl in the school thinks about them. And I'm like, you out your motherfucking mind. To myself though. But I'm listening to niggas like, oh man, I'm seeing niggas wipe them. You out your goddamn mind. But have at it, my G. You know what I'm saying?
But
have at it.
That's the power of messaging and imaging, right? So again, because we only deal in that space, we're not having the spiritual experience. Because we start the game off with a lie. This ain't who I am. We sexual beings. As humans, that's the fuck you are. We're sexual.
And sex is spiritual, also.
If you're doing it right,
Yeah.
right? And what I mean by doing it right, I ain't saying,
Yeah.
take this. No, that ain't what I'm talking about.
Relationally speaking.
Right. You know what I mean? It's how you engage in the moment. And ain't nobody fucking doing that. We just fucking.
Mhm.
Right? But
Yeah.
still, just by being human, you're having a spiritual experience. Right? So when you say he got a motorcycle, a good job, and he take care of his 9 kids, if that's what you're looking for, that's what you get. You get the 10th experience of these baby mamas.
Do y'all think that from the jump, so you say like you started having sex at 13, that's probably typically around that teenage years for most men. I would think that women, when we first start having sex, it does start off as pure. And y'all can tell me if y'all think this or not. The women in the room, y'all can tell me if y'all agree. So when we're having sex, we're attaching, from a emotional, like spiritual, kind of mental place. We wishing and hoping, right? Because and that could be, due to societal messaging and imaging and stuff like that of what we think should be happening. But I think that because the man, that maybe y'all have all that testosterone, y'all just want to be fucking everything, whatever the case may be, whatever y'all just said, that purity ends up turning into something else, right? Being a little more tainted, because then we lose like that hope and that purity. You know what I mean? Because of the lack of connection, because we're not getting what we need from the man.
Yeah.
So I do think that most women do start off in a more pure sense. You know what I'm saying? And more
Because of
more
the
hopeful
attention.
and desiring more from the relationship or from a person. But then when you don't get it, you kind of just end up falling into whatever society is putting out there.
I ain't going with that personally,
Yeah.
but I think we hearing what I'm saying kind of off base.
No, I hear
I
what
think
you're
it's how we engage all the time.
I hear what you're
I
saying.
think we all fucked up,
I agree.
right?
Yeah.
And I think the system itself is fucked up. I think me and her both said this in regards to like our first sexual experiences. The woman was always the aggressor.
Yeah.
She was always the aggressor, right?
Really?
And if I can go back to that space in my life,
Older.
Mine,
that much older like that.
mine wasn't older, but she was absolutely the aggressor.
Yeah, and it wasn't. This ain't most
my
niggas'
God.
experience with their
Using the
first
same
sexual
thing.
partner
This is
is
news to me.
the woman was aggressive. It's always the girl that's the most
Gosh,
aggressive,
Steve.
Yeah.
right? It's always the girl.
Ron P, y'all agree? Y'all first time with yeah.
Niggas be scared.
nobody
man.
watching my
But even the fact that we scared, again, even the fact that we scared, I think is attached to social standards, social norms. Ooh, is my dick big enough? Ooh, am I gonna please this girl? Ooh, whatever it might be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
There's got to be a lot of pressure because y'all don't have no control over that. Whew.
But you ain't never had this experience before. So it's all this what ifs going through your mind, right? So it's the girl leading the way in most instances, right?
Right.
But again, even the fact that you having that thought as a man shows the flaw.
And like I want to be clear about these examples, right? I'm not sitting here like on some bragging shit.
Yeah, it's not a
like
judgment
it was
thing.
all fucked up. It's all flawed.
Yeah.
It's flawed, and I thought it was
Yeah, it's
the
your
thing that-
truth. Yeah, but it's
yeah, but it's
flawed,
not
but
true.
it's your truth.
Right. But it's flawed that I thought it was the cool thing to do to run through this high school and go through that high school and that. Like I thought that was cool. Yeah, I got a couple with Chaz, I got a couple with Simeon, I got a couple with Kenwood, I got whatever I wanted with Neon. Like that. Like I thought that was cool.
I also wonder for like women, even for the 20% of men that's running through the different women, how many of those women or what's the percentage of women that, because a lot of people think that they pussy can get whatever
Sure.
they want. And
Sure.
not just
And depending on what
not
they
just
want, they might be right.
Exactly. And it might not just be money or whatever.
Depending on who the guy is, they might be
Or
right.
everybody think that theirs is different. We
Sure.
talked about if a guy's saying like, I don't want to be in a relationship, you know, like I put you in that box, and then the woman is like, okay, I'm gonna still
I can get
do it because my
Right.
shit magic,
Right.
and he gonna still do it or whatever. So I wonder, like, even of the women you ran through, whatever the case may be, if those
They
women,
ran through me. I don't want to say I
like
ran
how
through
many of
them.
them like were just doing it just for the action? Because you're saying we all sexual beings, so of course most of us or some of us may just be doing it for the action. But I do think from that a woman is typically like a more emotional person, and they tend to want more. So who's like being in Delulu land and thinking that they're gonna get something that this relationship or this connection, not really knowing what it is or what it looks like or what
It be
it should
both
really
at different
feel like.
times. That's human.
Or-
At different times.
The delusion
Who
works
just
both
doing it to
ways.
get
We
you
had that
off.
conversation a few weeks ago when we
Yeah.
were talking about that accountability. And you know she's out. You know she got like wishes of grandeur in her mind, and you still nail it. We delusional too. We think we can just beat and cut it off. All right.
I'm gonna go further, right? I'm agreeing that we all are in this. We all in the water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What you consider emotional from a woman, though,
Mm.
just exhibits different in a man. It just shows up his ego in us.
I agree.
Same flaw though, which is why I heard was like, I got him over here, I got him over here. Cause whatever the hurt is that we ain't engaging in, or whatever the lie is,
And to unpack
we
it.
mask it in these things,
Mhm.
right? I've had this conversation with y'all about the relationship between my mom and me.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize that as an issue until she died. So I'm 38, 37 years, whatever age I was in before I said, wait a minute, something wrong.
Yeah.
But all the while, nigga, this bowling to me. I'm knocking them pins down. G, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's part of it,
Not
right?
attaching no.
I ain't
lack of
attaching
help
nothing to
it.
that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on some spiritual shit, the only reason I could even attract you is because you dealing with the same stupid shit. Or some shit that's mirroring something in me.
Every time you touch
Every
that,
time, it's a magnet.
Yeah.
Hence, there's the lesson, right? But until you pay the fuck attention, you never get the fucking lesson.
That's the part. Nobody
the
paying
unpacking,
attention,
you
or
have
not
to
many.
do the work. We attract what we are.
So how do we?
So to the point of the good
Get to the
pussy
point of
girl,
attention.
she's delusional even more.
I agree.
But is she? Because she's going to meet the good dick or the good wallet dude. I got this. I'm good. That's what she's saying. I got it on me. The pussy on me. I can use this. This shit a platinum card.
Best pussy forward. Ain't that what you
Right?
said?
Best pussy forward,
And,
right?
and to attest to that, I've seen that. I have friends and family who they believe that. They live in houses the size of this building, could not fill a resume up to save their life. It works. You have to have a certain amount of delulu to even manifest in the
Yeah, but do you think
But are they
happy? Are they whole? Do you feel like those are whole happy people?
I feel like half is content and the other half is doing what they want to do either way because
It content ain't happy.
I said one half is content
Okay.
and the other half is having their way.
What's having their way mean?
I can't go too far.
That's
in
my
that.
point.
They doing what
So
you
both
just
is
said.
no.
No, having their way is
I'm asking if they're
they-
happy
they
people.
they're doing them.
Both is no.
Right. I'm
They're
asking,
doing them.
are they happy whole people? I ain't saying are they happy at the Louis store. Are they happy?
Oh, are they happy as a
on the
whole? Them
vacation?
themselves?
Themselves.
Grounded.
The women that are delulu.
The people
that
you're
are-
speaking of that live in houses this big but they ain't never accomplished nothing of their own in their life.
other than securing a man to give them their dream.
Are these happy whole people?
I can't answer that.
Yes. Thank you for answering.
I'm gonna ask this, right? Even how we use language, right? You said securing a man to give them their dreams, right? There are as many realities as there are people on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
How many dreams are there?
I like
Three.
3 fucking dreams. There are as many realities as there are people, but it's 3 dreams. The math don't be mathing.
Everybody wants the same thing.
The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing, which says the programming is more important than the spiritual journey,
No, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with
right?
that.
You can't. I don't even
the question-
desire big houses. It's not even in me. I don't give a fuck.
No, but before we even could get to that, it was to the point of the Lulu and what a woman feel her box can get her, and me attesting to actually seeing proof of that over the
Sure.
years. That was just period. We didn't have to unpack no more of
100%.
that.
Wait, let me ask a
We didn't have
question.
to unpack no more of that.
No, but it did need to be unpacked, and that's how we got to that point. About 7 billion people having the same 3 wishes. If we asked everybody in this room what we want to eat, we'd get fucking however many different answers. But if we ask everybody in this room what you're looking for in a partner, we get 3.
But see, even that, right? You said you've seen her good box get anything she wants.
No, you guys cannot dissect this statement as a whole. Women who have a delusion or support or feed their own delusions that are able to secure this in the physical realm based off of what I've seen this their whole life. She didn't want to go to school, didn't want to learn anything other than being cute. And she fed her delusion, she supported, and I saw and seen over the years, but like that's
He
it.
said you're gonna meet your match. You're gonna meet your mirror. So
Okay.
he had the same fucking thing. I want to knock down whoever I want to knock down. I don't need to get to know her. I don't need to, but I got this fucking boat and this crib. So she's gonna the woman who don't care about nothing but the boat and the crib. I can hit her.
Oh.
They just found each other. That's it.
But out of all the different women,
That's why neither of them are
all
happy
of
at
the
home.
talent that powerful man or a well-off man can, you choose the one that if you cannot handle this mortgage, then y'all are just out. So yeah, that's where they are with meeting each other.
So again, but that's why I wanted to bring in the statement I made, right? Is I got it on me, so
He's not going to reach for the one that's a doctor, a lawyer, accomplished. He wants the one
Even that.
was
Dr.
all her
Lawyer
delusion
don't
was
change
this.
the
Agreed.
conversation. Dr. Lawyer don't change the conversation, right? It's
To
not-
do with the dynamic of value. And with the bottom line was the Lulu and box.
So
So I was
listen,
just
y'all.
ping-ponging off that.
It's so hard to have these dialogues because we so trapped in the matrix that it's very difficult for us to even think past the possibilities. It is.
Not necessarily. We go, but I just want to make sure we did not get off course with the point that I was making to the conversation earlier.
In the realm of history, who's going to be remembered for longer? Martin Luther King or Jay-Z?
Martin Luther, well, shit. I don't know the way white people doing shit now.
That's a good riddle.
I want to say Martin Luther King.
I would say Martin Luther King, but the way white people doing shit now, I don't know if he'll be remembered 10 years.
Martin
Dr. King in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's the wildest. That's the third wildest shit that's ever been said on this show. Okay? It's the third wildest shit.
That's
ever
okay. That's
been
my
said.
point. So it'd probably be Hov.
I'm finna do that thing. I'm finna do that. I'm finna do that shut up thing. I'm really finna do it.
We almost done with this episode anyway. But go.
Yeah,
So
finish.
King
And I got a
died in,
question.
what was it, 68, right?
Yeah, 68.
So 60 years almost,
Yeah.
right?
Lenny Kravitz ago.
Right, and we only gonna deal with 60 years. Plus, let's say he was what 36 when he died.
I think 38 or 39.
So let's say he had a good 10-year, 12-year run as Dr. King.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna put 70 years on that. 80. Let's say 80. Let's give him a strong 80 years of notoriety. Still, we don't know how far that's gonna go. We're gonna go further because he's the only Black American with a day. Right? Until they get rid of the day, his name is gonna ring bells.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Will we remember Jay-Z 80 years from now? Oh, not now. 80 years from his death.
No.
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 Shorty don't know Jay-Z
Right?
now.
Yeah.
Dr. King died broke. He died with nothing. Right? I'm only bringing King up because you're like, oh, she got it on and she can get what he want. Right? And I'm not saying King is the exception and he's special, none of that shit. But
King did have outside kids.
so either way, but that's kind of like my point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's passion driven, purpose driven, not money driven, passion, purpose driven, right? Coretta, good woman for whatever the moment in time represented, at least from the outside. We don't know the inside of Coretta, right? But there's all these rumors of King doing what King do.
She could have been beating on Reverend King.
She surely could have. We don't know what's
You
happening
know her.
inside that house. We don't know. She could have been cheating too. We don't
She
know,
wanted a drink.
right? But all I'm saying is that obviously nothing kept him attached to what assumingly was the quintessential right woman. You understand what I'm saying? He was driven via his passions. Hence, when you vision, and just as a human, right? This part of the dynamic of relating that we don't deal with because it fucks with our ego too. This classroom is supposed to be graduated from. Always. It ain't supposed to be a forever. You're supposed to graduate the class. Because if you was elevating as a human being, the partner next to you should be elevating too, and you would absolutely be changing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you'd be changing. So it's not a forever attached to that. But because of the social norms, because of the ego, because of the ownership
ideology.
concept,
Say that again. We should be what?
because of the ownership concept, we have these ideas that are not really lasting ideas, and then we judge each other for doing what the universe is forcing you to do in the first place.
Yeah. I think I gotta agree with that part.
Hurt your spirit to agree with him, don't it?
I agree with it, and I've been thinking about it more and more. Like, where is it a world where we could relate on more in the way that you just described that we should?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of words that already exist now.
But not on a low.
No.
I'm not saying.
On a
Is
high
it we
vibration.
as humans? Is it we as African Americans? Is it
I'm talking individual people. And I think it's just about
across the board?
It's about making your individual choices. It's about really being able to look at your own.
But is that really gonna happen? Is what I'm asking.
No, it's
are
already
people
happening.
really
Some people already experienced that.
Some. I mean, on a grander scale,
No.
like where the majority. That's what I'm asking.
Let's not say no, because that's not true either. There are whole
You don't
cultures
think
that
so?
exist like that. There are whole cultures that exist like that. You can look at the words from like Indians, right? There's no word for my child, because these are our children. There's no attachment. These are from the universe. When the white man came here and said, "Whose land is this?" Fuck you mean, whose land is this? The land on me.
Right.
The fuck you mean? The whole shit before white people came was like that.
I am of it.
I am of it.
It's not of
of
me.
me.
Right.
But we so focused on the narrative. Here.
I'm talking about this
Man,
American
You
society.
can get on a plane today and go somewhere where this idea does not exist.
Okay, and yes, 100% agree with that. Flipping this shit,
That's what I'm.
This Matrix.
That's what I'm asking.
this shit here, nigga,
This Matrix is real.
this shit right here, nigga.
That's what
These
I'm
white
asking.
people that ran this shit into the ground, and these black people, and these Mexican people, and these second generation Asian people, and second generation whomever the fuck else is, have bought this shit hook, line, and sinker, and it is
That's what I'm
so woven into the very fabric of our DNA that I don't know how we fucking flip that shit around. You can find individuals who under that act and create something else, some of y'all own. You can create a subculture, but the
Something
dominant
else.
culture
That's back in
is
Mexico.
wild as fuck.
Here.
Get your Lenny Kravitz. That's
No.
what you gotta do.
No,
But Lenny's,
that is of this.
that's of this. Well, Lenny's telling you, I'm flawed.
The culture he talking about, you get on a plane, go somewhere, they are not fucking.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're not escaping some bullshit. Oh, I have to denounce my loins to escape all this bullshit. They're not escaping shit.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They live in wholeness and
They don't
harmony.
have to purposely go vegan to have healthy eating
That's what they do.
because they don't have it in the system.
Yeah.
It's not in their program. That's
not
what I
in
said,
their
but
program.
Matrix.
They're not mass producing
Yeah,
cows
we're
and
on that
chickens
type
in the
program.
herds and cages and shit.
Their chicken wings are this big because
Yeah.
they didn't eat the steroid.
Yeah.
We qualify the good one by how big it is.
We do. We want the biggest one.
We want the biggest one.
get it.
Generational
That's how
clones.
strong the shit is.
I get a batch of small wings from my Harold's, I'll be pissed. Like, how y'all give me these little baby?
Because that's a real chicken. That's what a real chicken look like. Give me the strong chicken.
No, I want a bald eagle wing, nigga. I want a motherfucking wing.
I hate a big wing.
Oh, the chicken on
But
steroids.
that's how dominant the damn socialization is,
Yeah.
right? So when we talk about how we relate, we don't relate from a spiritual space. We relate from a goddamn very transactional space. So what happens is y'all don't get to know the man. Y'all fall in love with the gestures. He don't get to know the woman. He fall in love with the pussy and the behavior.
Or the attraction.
That's the pussy. That's what I meant by that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's again.
Because some men
going
are
into the-
looks over personality.
Just like I said, there's as many people, there's as many realities as
Both.
there are people, right? We have surgeons that give standardized bodies now, and they become the beauty goals. How?
Because of the
7 billion people.
7 billion
3 body
people.
types. 3 body
But
types.
too, let me ask you this though, your perspective in terms of relationship on the topic. If one had to go, you had to pick compatibility or chemistry.
You don't think they're the same
I
thing?
gotta say, I said
Absolutely
Nah,
not.
Break it down.
I agree with Rock.
Absolutely not.
I agree with
compatibility is
Rock.
a part of
Absolutely
chemistry,
not.
right?
I agree with Rock. I think the example she gave earlier about shorty who just want the crib and the boat and the nigga who want just her fine ass, they compatible than the motherfucker. They don't have no chemistry though, but they compatible than the motherfucker.
That's I get
Because how we match. And so if we ask humans, because I've been
Yeah, that-
surveying, which one would you pick? Women, especially. I went to women
I
first,
would
and I
pick
was
chemistry.
surprised. Almost everybody said chemistry. For me, I'm going to say compatibility. Because having good chemistry and bad compatibility is very toxic, like Bobby and Whitney.
But that the compatibility piece, I feel like goes more into like the social norms conversation
Yeah.
or the way of America. So
Yeah.
chemistry,
Compatibility
chemistry
goes
is
to
more
social
spiritual.
norms.
Yeah.
me,
I
what
would say
combative
so.
from your
That's why I
definition.
gave that example about the house and the shit.
From your
From-
definition.
It's from one perspective. Compatibility can also be spiritual. You can be compatibility on any level you decide to put it. You cannot typecast it in
So,
social norms.
For me,
In that
right,
case, it starts to overlap chemistry then.
Exactly.
For
Not
me-
necessarily compatibility. You can be compatible with someone in a spiritual aspect.
for me, the essence of love is the absence of fear. So based on your definition of chemistry and compatibility, compatibility resides in fear.
I gotta write that down.
Not necessarily.
Based on
That's
your
looking at a glass half empty. If we set a glass right here and you guys said it was half empty, I'm gonna say it's half full because that is my perspective and how I perceive things. So you would say it was
How come
rooted.
it ain't just
It was rooted
a glass
in
with
fear.
water?
It could have. I would say it's rooted in safeness.
That's fear.
That's fear.
Safeness is fear.
Not true.
No.
Safety and
The
fear
essence of the word
is a complete
safety.
You can only view safety through the prism of fear.
That's it.
Is this safe or is
To
it
say
not?
that it's the same. Fear and safe when we are with a man and we're
Man,
feeling safe.
definition of safety
It's not the
is
We're
same.
feeling.
I'm saying you can only view safety through the prism of fear. That's the only way to gauge whether something is safe or not.
Gauge it, but to put them in bed together as one is what I'm disagreeing with.
They're inseparable. They're not the same word. They are inseparable.
Okay, I'll need time to sit on that.
I like that.
To
the
digest
essence
it,
of-
yeah.
the
So I'm about
essence
to walk
of
down a
love
dark
is-
alley.
I'll any chance to sit on it. I got you.
use my name when you
If
call.
I'm about to walk down a dark alley, right, and I'm like, that don't
But
feel
that's
safe.
sad though. But we can talk.
I gotta grab my pistol
That's
Yes.
fucked up.
because I'm fearful of what might be down that dark alley. Safety doesn't come into effect without fear.
So I can agree with that. I can digest
I
that.
put on a seatbelt for safety.
But in
because I'm
terms-
fearful of flying through this motherfucking window.
Granted, which is one aspect. The aspect that I'm coming from in terms of relationship.
Mhm.
A woman with a man that she fear versus the one she feels safe with is two different men.
Well, so you talking about it?
Oh yeah, that's that.
I'm saying I'm
Oh,
drawing it all
100%.
back to relationships. Everything I'm saying is tying back
100%.
into a
You're just missing the
relationship.
connection I'm making with the word fear. I'm not
Okay.
posing that as the opposite or
Okay, which
or
way I
the
took
same.
it. That's why I'm like,
just
let me
saying
digest
it's a
it.
part of safety. It's an irremovable part of
A
safety.
part of safety.
Let's go
Yes.
deeper into that after this.
We gotta go.
I can take that.
We're gonna hop into this Patreon situation. You should be an official dirtbag. I'm not even gonna hold you. You should be an official dirtbag. If you are not, I'm not gonna say you bugging, but you bugging a little bit. Join us on Patreon. We take a deeper dive in some of these conversations. We also get into a more personal aspect of these conversations and give a little bit more of ourselves, a little bit of a peek behind the curtain to the official dirtbag. Shout out to all of you all who are official dirtbags. We greatly appreciate y'all. We love rocking with y'all. And we hope y'all appreciate the bonus content that y'all get by being an official dirtbag. Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Tool. Shout out to Rock for coming through again. Rock, it's fun having you. You said 2 of the top 3 wildest things I've ever heard on the show today. But
I just be laughing and
it's all right.
Serious.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Shout out to Ron and P. They do all of the hard work behind the camera. I'm working hard to get them on the camera for the Patreon situation. So y'all, again, spin the block for that. You can see P and Ron back over there.
Shout out to Peanut Gallery. You see all the yeses and nos. I got something to say.
In the Peanut Gallery over there. Hi. Hanging out, vibing and whatnot. For E and 2, I'm Herb. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Salam alaikum.